Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to invite one more celebrity speaker into our month on Mahatma's concept. So today is day 7, and we are so happy to have a Super 7 speaker who believes in numbers, who believes the universe works for us when we have good intentions. She believes what we seek is seeking us. So this person who's sitting in Dubai is from the background of Turkey, and she is married an Indian, and she is full of culture, love, and amazing thoughts. She is my friend and ladies in business, and she supports loads and loads of causes. And I love the way she interacts on daily basis. So we motivate, we around 60 ladies motivate each other. We are from different countries like Africa, Dubai, India, and other countries, and we ensure that we have our mornings really power packed. We have motivational Mondays, and we have talking Wednesdays, and there are loads of things we do together. And thanks to Dr. Mariam Sheikh, the president of Ladies in Business Group, for connecting us. And I'm super thankful for the universe for connecting like-minded people. So here I am today to talk to Muzaffar Asli, who we call the Mother Teresa of our gang, because she is always giving, loving, and sharing. So we call her. I know we have nicknamed her. So I'm so happy she has come for this show, because she knows it is a honorary show, and she wanted to give her 2 cents to us, which is complimentary. And St. Mother Teresa University is very indebted for the content we have been creating all along. So I'm happy here to give it officially to my intern, Ramya, who will introduce this phenomenal lady who have done dynamic things in helology. And one thing great about her is she is a giver. She keeps giving. She keeps sharing information, and she keeps loving. So love is above all. And thanks for being in our show today. God bless you. This is Dr. R. Vijay Saraswati. Over to Ramya.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's show, a month on Mahatmas. Out of 4 incredible leaders, that is Saint Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Honorable ex-President APJ Abdul Kalam, and Peace Ambassador Nelson Mandela, our speaker of the day would pick one of them with whom they connect the most. Today, I would like to introduce our guest, Asli Ma'am, through a quote by Tori Amos, an American singer who's my favorite. She said that healing takes courage, and we all have courage. Even if we have to dig a little to find it, then that is who we are. As a helology practitioner, she is dwelling into many people's life by changing their disorders into uniqueness. Also, she is a passionate serial entrepreneur and a life wellness coach who loves to turn her challenges into opportunities and hobbies into startups. We're so happy to have you here, ma'am. Over to you.
God bless you. God bless you. Thanks, Ramya, for that beautiful introduction. And as I told you, we have our design department head, the Dr. Jasper James here. Thanks for helping us with this concept. We are indebted to you, Dr. Dawson. And welcome, Asli ma'am.
You're welcome.
Asli Rampal. She is having a beautiful name, and she is a beautiful lady inside out. So over to you, ma'am. May we know whom you're going to talk about and what you have to say. The stage is all yours.
I would like to thank so much from the bottom of my heart to Dr. Vyajaji, to you, to Ramyaji, and to Dr. Dawson for giving me such an honoring opportunity to speak on such a very valuable occasion. Mahatma is the world that is great soul, and I believe since the day we land to this earth, it is our main reason to become a great soul, to search for the meaning and the reason to be. So we are also seeking purpose. And just as to give a brief information about myself, I was born in Turkey. I'm a Turkish origin, and my heart always seek the belonging through India. I was always feeling a great connection to India and blessed to be able to make an Indian family get the surname of Rampul. And as of my name means Muzaffar, meaning the victory, and my husband's name is Vijay, so I got the Vijay. And from all these signals I received in life, I found out that it is very important to talk, think, talk, and to exactly wish what we are looking for. So I have been a businesswoman for 25 years. And then I was having awards, successfully doing all the material successes in my life. Then I had a different feeling about touching more people and being able to teach more people and be able to return what I have been receiving, because all my life I have been blessed with opportunities, I have been blessed with chances, and with a good intuition, I always could change any challenge into opportunity. Because I was born with a special ability, so-called a disability, and then I converted into another talent of being a good speaker. I couldn't walk, but this never stopped me from being a good talker and invite people to listen to me. So I always believed that once you want to achieve something, you know yourself and you always achieve it. So you need to know what are your talents, what are your reasons in life. So after being a businesswoman in trades, I searched more knowledge and I became a holistic healer and a practitioner of healology, because the word healing itself has a deep meaning. It is healing means to removing all the borders you have within self and being able to listen to yourself and hear every vibration around you, because every creation in life has a sound and you are responsible to give it a meaning. So with that, and God willing, I've got many awards and I have been selected an award-winning excellence in healology, and I got the She Award from our community president, Mariam Shah, who is also a chance for us to meet together, and Nimbus Global, Shola Adeshola. And now I am showing people that we can be the best of our very own with just knowing who we are, with very major questions, and having peace with self and community. And of course, being dedicated so much to the word peace, I would like to praise my admiration for our subject today, the Mahatma of the Mahatmas, Gandhi ji. And because he himself, being a father of a nation that I am proudly a bride of course, he's a few of the great people that walk to the face of the earth, and they give their marks forever. And the impact they bring to us, humanity-wise, is so much beyond standards. And when we talk about the Mahatma Gandhi ji, we are talking about an international vision of peace and a total revolution that he brought peace and independence to a nation without using any weapons, but just seeding the world non-violence, love, peace, and respect to the hearts, souls, and minds of people. So, you know, there is so much to learn from him. And I read a lot of his wisdom, and I get so much inspired from his quotes, from his actions, so that I can also bring people the peace that they are looking for. Because most of the times, the diseases that we have is just because we are fighting with our own self. And as long as we are in fight with ourselves, we are in fight with every community we are in, because we cannot radiate what we feel. So I always, since day one, when I think about what is the one sentences that I can say that has been the first step of my journey from my father Gandhiji, is definitely, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. Because if we are not happy about anything in the world or a society, we have to first start change from ourselves. Either start changing our wish accordingly, change the society, change our actions, or we can simply change the perception. Because what happens is everything in life starts with the thought, because it is the thought that creates your life, not the life creates your thought. And then once you create the thought, you speak. Again, something from Gandhiji, that what you think, speak, and do should be in harmony, and this is the happiness. Because if we think and we create definitely a word, a thought, and we speak that thought, and then it creates a perception, because this is how the people will process us. And of course, this perception will create our actions or towards us, and then towards it we need to create an awareness or a change for the peace in the society. So I created recently a brand called Skoon, which is a state of peace also. And there I refer that every single peace that we are looking for is within us. The only thing that we need to do is, like the Gandhiji says, if we want something, and if we don't have that something, first we need to change ourselves. And only after the change of the action, the change of the doing, we can achieve it. And also, what we can say is, we can live, you know, with the life that we want, but we have to know what we want. And if we don't know what we want, we will never reach our target, because we don't have a destination. So we are just flying. So always I'm saying, first of all, be yourself. Second step, be a friend of yourself. Then look at yourself and first talk to yourself like you are asking, demanding from somebody. And once you demand from yourself, again, reply like you are referring to somebody else, because we need to be, you know, the change if we want the change in our world. This is why Gandhiji, he changed himself. He has become one with the nation. And then that one nation with the leader of very their own changed the whole future. And today we see that this very nation of peace is literally touching each and every single one's lives in the modern world. So you cannot name any technology that Indians are not involved, because they are in peace with themselves. So also, you know, I would like to say that changing is not that hard. Changing is only a decision away. We always wait another time, but when it is somebody else, we always run at that moment. So changing self, being self, and having a target will save us and then save our community, and the saved community will touch many more communities. This is how I love Gandhiji, how I live Gandhiji, and I try to be healed as a healed soul to the other souls in my life.
Awesome, awesome. Awesome, Asliji. See, change is inevitable. I always say change before change. Change is the only thing which is constant. Because things to change, first we must change. We should be the perfect example. So that's what Gandhiji did. Before preaching anything, he accepted the change. He wanted non-violence himself. So he stood by it. There were so many other fellow mates, like who said, give me blood and I'll give you freedom. So when his fellow mates were saying all this, he was so very, strong on his concepts. You have to believe in what you stand for, even if it's standing alone. So Gandhiji did the Dandi March. He told, I will get freedom through non-violence because I don't want any bloodshed. So India is the only country which has not invaded anybody at all. We are so very giving, so very loving. And we are so happy to, welcome you into our Indian family. And you look so gorgeous in this ethnic wear. So two things which you pointed out today. One is the change. Change is transformation. Change is something which you have to look inside. What is that change with yourself? Because in today's scenario, every transformation is possible. People who are 150 kgs transform into 75 kgs with the grit, determination, dedication, and mentorship. So we need many healers, scholars, lovers, people who can guide other people for their next rung of the ladder. But you being a healologist, you always tell us to do moon meditation. You tell us what numbers hold what value, and you add value to our lives. We look forward so much to what you have to say, because we see you as an influencer, we see you as an authority. So this video is going to be a content for St. Mother Teresa University, and forever we will be indebted because you brought this phenomenal thought of change. You be the change you want to see in the world, and then peace. If you want to be peaceful, or if you want peace in the world, Mother Teresa said you have to go back and love your family. If every family is a stable family, the world will find its own peace. So with the ongoing pandemic, with the challenges of not able to meet people personally, I think technology is a boon, because we all are we are able to meet each other at the convenience of our home, conveniences of our studio, office, and workplace, and are able to bring in a content which will be motivating and which will be inspiring to the students who will do executive MBA with St. Mother Teresa University. I'm so glad to create this content with a beautiful lady like you, because I saw your photograph. Oh, you were looking like a Bollywood heroine the other day, which you sent. I was so happy about that. So one thing I would want to ask you, Asliji, how important is job satisfaction? Because what you're doing is something different from the regular type of work. And, it is something which heals people and which brings kick for us, isn't it? When people are having mental challenges, emotional challenges, depression, a challenge of a business loss or a family member loss, losses are very difficult to take. Especially failures are always stepping stone of success. But when we land in failure, it feels very awkward and we feel very embarrassed, because success hugs us in private, but failure slaps us in the public. So failure is something which is very difficult to take. And I have witnessed loads of failures in my life. I would say that, once Mahatma Gandhi said, if you want to become successful in life, please go and read of the failure stories, because you will get ideas how to become successful. So failures are an integral part of growing, integral part of being successful. I would love to
Yes.
know from you, what gives you work satisfaction?
About failures, I would like to say another precious quote, because like I said, every limit we have is in the mind. We have to understand one thing. We didn't come this world to be losing or to be ill, or nobody sent us here to be tortured. So we have to first understand it from that point of view. So if you feel you are short in something, that means you are using a wrong measure, okay? So nobody is shorter than nobody, because this we need to understand. But if you insist on a thing that you are not meant to, this is why you have to first know yourself, and then you need to then think, because you are only you. So that means there is no one else to compare with you, because to compare something, it should be absolutely the same. So we are not duplicated. So there's only one me. So all we need to know is you only have to be in race with your own self, and you have to be measuring yourself with your own measures. And when we talk about failures, like Gandhiji says, first they will ignore you, then they will laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you will be the winners. That is, we can see it in two ways. First of all, even from the first breath we take, we are a winner, because many couldn't take this first breath. Many couldn't have the first cry in the world. So first of all, we are all winners, okay? So then, what happens is, when we are small, we are young, we don't literally know what is a fail, what is a shame, what is anger, what is happy. What happens is we learn from sources, and the sources should be clean sources. If you learn from wounded people, if somebody says, okay, if somebody hits you, you say, please don't hit me. Or somebody says, if somebody hits you, you hit back. So this is how you become the person you are today. So you need to first unlearn everything. And then, like I am doing, thanks to you, I am daily basis reading quotes from your precious book, and I have put it in a jar every day. I'm taking as a one sentence and I'm reading. So we should get a daily basis affirmation or a motto. Clean source, you from yourself. Say it, hear it. And I also always say is, a diamond is sparkling and everybody loves diamonds. From rough diamond to the polished diamond, the diamond is so much pressed, so much brushed, so much hit, but diamond, to come to the diamond itself, never complains. We human, we complain to become the best of ourselves, but we can't, because it's a part of the process. And about business, I always say to my clients, first of all, it's a jigsaw puzzle. You need to know, and the employers also need to know your skills. For that, you need to know your skills. Me, I can be very good in human resources or marketing, sales, but if it is a physical thing, maybe someone else would be much better. But if they put me in a physical ability demand, and then I'm short at it. But this is perception mistake. So in this case, we have to insist on our passion. And then we have to clearly, time to time, understand ourselves. Do we have any self-saboteur? Do we have anything that ourselves, because we are a crowded community. In our body, we are trillions of cells. Every cell, they communicate with each other. Like I am talking in hilology, if I need to talk a bit about my proficiency. So basically, every cell communicate with each other. They got neurotransmitters. So they create messages. They take it and the brain takes pictures on you. They take it and then they say, okay, we are upset. Let's create some back pain. Let's create some headache. So what you need to do is you need to create clean messages to yourself. That's why I say to people, put a ring, put an earring, or look at nice pictures. Make emotional diet. Don't consume wrongly processed feelings of other people. Don't listen to failing stories. None of the coaches or professionals, they don't tell you their details. They tell you, they show you how got out of it. They don't say, don't give credit to the drama, because if you tell someone your problem, and if firstly, you don't want to change, you are concentrated in the problem. Then talking about the problem is the object. You are the subject in the problem. You talk about the problem is stronger. So the message to your body is, you are weak, you deserved it, or whoever made you angry deserved it, so you become the victim. And then these neurotransmitters, they create some chemicals, inflammation. You don't feel what you eat, you get fat, then you become more upset. You don't change the things you speak bad things on a lovely dinner, you speak about a fight, you put all the fight and subjects and calories on the food, and this nicely cooked food become a processed food, wrongly processed food. You ate it and you get fat. None of the food makes you fat. The conditions makes you fat. And then if you eat food on an unhappy table, you become unhappy. Try it. That's why I believe that every single thing around us is a biochronic disruptor, and we have got all the chances to change it. That's why if you buy from a small shop, or if you buy something from a clean source, all the time you enter a room, you say, I love this accessory. This accessory always differently shines to you. Or sometimes you just receive something with no vibration. In the shop, I saw it, it was nice music in the shop, and then I brought it home, it's just so dull, I don't know what happened. Because no vibration. This is also, like most of the gurus say, every single thing in the universe has a vibration, has a sound. Only we don't hear it because we are using, that's why, for example, sometimes dogs react different to a very good looking person. On the contrary, goes to a person that you're scared to move through, because all the things, all the feelings, all the actions vibrate, all the feelings vibrate, numbers vibrate, because we are living at a certain frequency. That's why what I say to people, everything that you can change in a good way. You can take a simple piece of white paper and you can say to that paper, this is my paper of purity. And then you put this paper on the wall, and every time you pass in front of that paper, you remember, that's my paper of purity. And then whenever you pass in front of this paper, you only think purity. That's why I always say and tell to people, have something that touches your five senses. Or for example, when we are small kid, you know, we always record, especially from 0 to 7 in our imprint period, we only record. That's why most of our traumas are from that period. whilst most of our illnesses reflect to our socializing period, because what we recorded at that time, we process by the things we see, or we process with the people, we refer to other people's experiences. So if we literally think somebody can make us sick, for example, some people say, you made me sick, which is impossible. Only you can make yourself sick. But if you think and believe someone else can make you sick, you should make sure that you can make yourself healthy as well. Healology is all about that, and all about finding the root cause. Because what you see today is what I show you. But what I see inside is the root. So if I remove the unhealthy things from the root, no matter how many leaves I lose or how many branches are broken, I will still bloom again. So, like, we come back to the same point.
So again, I have a beautiful question for Asli, because she was telling us so much about frequency, vibration, energy. We don't get to hear on daily basis. So I would love to give more value to my students always, because we don't get, subject matter experts like this every day, isn't it? So it is a celebrity speaker today, Muzaffar Asli Ramphal, and she is phenomenally adding value to St. Mother Teresa University digital course. So I'm so thankful and grateful to Almighty for bringing all of us together, because without His command, not a leaf will move. And we are so very pleased to have her here. So, ma'am, let us continue the conversation. I just want Asli to talk about the energies and frequency and vibration she was talking about, because Gandhiji believed a lot in all this. When I met Kalyana Sundaram, his PA, for my foreword for the book Top 10 Heroes of My Life, I chose 5 world heroes and 5 home heroes. And I was giving gratitude to how they transformed me from what I was not. Okay. So whatever you are seeing me today is the bits and pieces of people whom I have influenced by. So Mahatma Gandhi was talking about frequency, vibration, and feelings. He was talking about prayers, how important it is, not because you're going to ask God something, because it will set your intention right. Because he always thought Father or God is like your dad. You don't have to ask, he knows all the needs. But you should ask him what exactly you want. See, you want boots, your father knows. But whether you want Nike or whether you want Bata, unless you ask, you won't get it. So always Mahatma Gandhi said, ask and you shall get it. So we will ask Asli today about her knowledge, so that we all become revived and energetic, because knowledge is power. She is a energy healer and an encyclopedia when it comes to her subject matter expertise. So over to you, ma'am.
Yes, and as we are so happily lost in, so happily higher up in Gandhiji's quotes, there is always that sentence which is very important, that a man is a product of what he thinks, of the thoughts, because what we think, we become. What we think, we become. So talking about the frequencies, let me explain, because as we know that we are like a machine, okay? And so-called the life that we go on is like an electricity in the body, okay? So we are a source of energy, and from the moment we are born till the last day, it is an energy recycling, okay? So there are the so-called chakras, the points, the organs. So all working with certain energy. So that energy level is defined by our thoughts. That's why we say our thoughts become our life. Why? Because if your thought is a certain low energy level, your efficiency in life will be, of course, low. For example, all the feelings that we have literally have a frequency. So like the radio waves we have, there is a frequency. So for example, the highest frequency is peace and love. That's why all the rich people, all the successful people you see, they are happy and peaceful. Not that they are peaceful, they are rich, they are peaceful, but they are peaceful, they are rich. So we need to change our perception. So we need to look at it from a different way. So they have been peaceful, they know what they want, they manage their feelings accordingly, they put their targets accordingly, their brain works smooth. So there are 5 brain waves: gamma, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. So when your brain is in gamma, it is like a very high tension. It's like so much going, coming, going, coming. Imagine you are struggling in the brain. What efficient work you can do for yourself. You cannot concentrate in your stuff. Officially, you get stressed, and stress is causing your organs be stroked. You cannot get healthy decisions. That's why, strangely, in organ implants, they give your body stress hormone. Because when you are stressed, it is limbic stage and you cannot no more fight for anything. That's why struggling, stress is not a good frequency. On the other hand, if we can change ourselves and upgrade our frequency with the frequencies around, starting from our frequency where we are living, we can use accordingly colors. The colors, they have got strength. You can choose a peaceful color like blue, or if you need more energy, you can use orange, or at the same time, you can change the accessories you are using. If the accessory you are using has a symbol of an anger or something that clicks in the mind, a bad thought, you can change it. Or put something that reminds sacred or good feelings to you. Everyone in the house can have a sacred place for themselves. That's why we create temples in the houses. That's why we create a place where we can pray. Why? Because that place, when you go there, you feel you are protected. So that place for you is where you are saved. It's a place where you feel peace that you can change in the house. And because or the people that we are together with, they also vibrate to us. That's why Gandhiji said, I don't let anyone walk with their dirty feet to my clean mind, because you yourself, we come to this world like a white page. Okay? And we come with the power to write on it. Okay? So we come alone, we come with the closed hands, which is said, we come to the world saying everything I have. And we go open hands because we go with ourselves only, with nothing but self-awareness. That is how we come so selfish and how we go so selfless. That is the process.
Awesome, awesome. Like we say, no, we cannot handshake with a closed fist. If you want to
Yes.
have friends, you cannot go with a closed fist and say that I want to become friends, isn't it? It is so
Yeah.
powerful. And what is powerful is she was talking about, I won't allow anybody to walk into my clean mind with your dirty feet. Because what others think of us is none of our business. What we think of ourselves is what will add value to our lives. Because I always say, it is not your job to love me, it is my job to love myself. Because ours is a startup, we started 7 years ago with the intention of making it a top 10 university in the world. So I always keep telling this is my intention. St. Mother Teresa University is an irrevocable concept where digital education will be class. I talk about quality, I talk about innovative methodologies, I talk about creative value add for students from anywhere, anytime education, especially people in the nook and corners of the continents where there is no way education shall reach. We should be the light at the end of the tunnel because education can add value, and this is People's University, and I am so happy about this concept called volunteerism because you people voluntary give your thought process, you give your ideas, what you just shared, that I will not allow anybody to walk into my mind with your dirty feet, can heal a person who's suffering through mental challenges, emotional unwellness. It will give them such kind of confidence that they will be able to raise above the bar and say, yes, I take ownership of myself, I am responsible for what is happening in my life, and I want to be the change which I want to show in the world. So this
Yes.
is possible only through healers like you, Asli, and I'm so happy. In our Hindi, Asli means real. So you're a real gem for us. And we are so happy that, God is manifesting and sending so beautiful people to us to be speakers. I think it is just God's hand in it, nothing else. So I would love to, pass it on to Dr. Dawson Jasper James. If you have any question for this beautiful lady who is our Indian Bahu and from Turkey, where the food is the best thing that can happen. So I have one date to Turkey with Asli. So you are all welcome because we are all globetrotters and we want to keep influencing the world because the world is our home. Over to Dr. Dawson Jasper James for any questions from your side to this beautiful lady today.
Hello, Madam Asli. My question is, when Gandhi walked across India, the Mahatma, he saw people who were destitute and who were poor and below the poverty level. The moment he saw that, he removed his normal clothes and he just wore one white cloth. He reduced his stage, he reduced his status of life to be to the level of the destitutes and the troubled ones. My question today is, when people are stuck, when they have a blockhead, when they don't know what is mental, spiritual, and physical, they live in a poverty-stricken state. How are we going to give them an opportunity to bounce back and do all the healing magic that you just told us? You spoke about psychology, philosophy, anthropology, you spoke about theology, you spoke about education, and you are the guru for us right now. Please give us a revision of life for people who are broken. That's the humble request from me.
Thank you so much. It is a great pleasure to talk about Mahatma Gandhi ji. And as you know, he was from a very rich family and he had his education outside the country. So he was so-called served in a golden plate. But the thing is, I need to say, he believed that to find ourselves, the best way to find yourself, ourselves, is to lose yourself in service to others, because then you become one. And the whole thing that we are talking about is the oneness, because we are all part of a uniqueness, because even the world is still turning, and we are, why we say you are a magnet is because what is attraction is to becoming a part of what you belong. This is why they say power of attraction, because you walk, you become more selfless by becoming one with others. So what I say to people is, like me, seeking happiness for others or listening to stories by others, what happened afterwards is that I lost my feeling to mercy people, but it became respect. Because we all have a destiny. This is an illusion we are, and we come to play the best of our part because we come as a light, as an energy, and then there's a costume and a role that is given to us. So we are responsible to play the best part with what we are given. But if I try to get somebody else's role or try to do something that doesn't belong to me, then I get unsuccessful. So I say to people, I would like to tell that story to you. When I was born, I was literally born with a hip dyslexia, and I had more than 10 operations to be able to walk. And in each operation that I was having, my parents were telling me that I will be Miss Turkey. So all these operations that I was going through was because of the part of this process, because I was a young girl and I believed in it. So I was, okay, it was hard process, but I was saying, you know, nothing is easy in life. I will become Miss Turkey, you know, it's like this and that. And at that very stage, some of the people were telling me that I was the ugly duckling that will become the swan. That is a very sweet and pure intention of some aunties, but it was wrong. Because, okay, becoming Miss Turkey is something, but a duckling to become a swan was literally impossible. So when I grew up, and we say, you know, after certain age, you get out of your comfort zone. Okay, when you are young, everybody knows your situation, nobody talks about it, but you go to places and people say, oh, why you are limping? And all this stuff, you become like hurt or something, and there's that moment you understand you will never be the swan. So there's something, and then it is your stage that starts. You are the duckling, so be the beautiful duckling. That's why I am known as the beautiful duckling queen, because now I'm the duckling, no interest about being a swan. Swans is another tribe, and I am literally beautiful as a duckling to inspire others. And about the Miss Turkey here, I always thought I am Miss Turkey. I was believing in it. And then one day I was traveling, I traveled to 34 countries. I was named as Turkish Tigress in business. Officially on the newspapers, I was very successful. But there was always a broken part of me. You know, like, okay, I'm a successful trader, but I should have been the Miss Turkey, right? Because it's what was taught to me. And one day I was in an international conference, and then they said, we got Miss Turkey, Miss Asler, that time surname. I was like, oh my God, I am literally Miss Turkey. Yeah. So I was not Miss Turkey, the Miss Turkey, but literally I was Miss Turkey. So what you really want happens, but you only need to wait by patience and search for it in the right place. And then I was watching so many Indian movies when I was young, and I was big fan of all these clothing, the life, the depth. They say love is not beautiful in India, love is born in India, because it's such a peaceful country. It's so beautiful, really so deep. I'm so proud to be part of it, live with its beauty. And I'm bride of India. So I am my own heroine in my own story. Yeah. It's a PR. So, like I said, I am advising to people, concentrate, first know one thing. You are here for a reason. If you cannot, you are not here to limp. If you cannot fly, you limp. If you cannot, if you cannot walk, you limp. You have to know that you can do at least one thing. Concentrate on it and do. You want wealth. If you don't respect yourself, you cannot get wealthy. Because the moment you say, I am not worth it, God will not give it to you because you say it. You say, I'm not worth it. If you say, I'm not worth it, you can. If you say, I'm worth it, you see the magic, because then the frequency continues, flows. Pictures are important in Vastu, in Feng Shui, in all the literally beliefs. What you look, what you see is the first entrance. Your mind keeps the picture. Look at beautiful things. You have got the freedom to look for beauty, to process beauty. Like, again, I would like to say what Gandhiji said, without my permission, no one can hurt me. So if you permit someone, don't complain about it. It's a choice, not a good choice, but still your choice. So you got the freedom to make mistakes. The only thing, don't complain you made a mistake. Get the advice from the mistake. If you do it a second time, it's your choice, make better choices. You are not, some people, most of the people, they come to me, they say about their illnesses from the family. Okay, DNA is a fact, but 90% of the people, they don't get sick because of their DNA. They get sick because of RNA, which we are aware of now, and which is the toxic food we eat, us being so much materialistic, spiritual lack. Spirituality is the secret of long living, because it is the miracles, it is the hope that is the candle which lets all other candles be light. If you keep the hope alive, you can be happy. If you keep the hope alive, you can be healthy. We are, as human, we need to understand that we are the most powerful creature because we are giving the option to think. Otherwise, God created so many beautiful animals, so many wonderful roses, but we are the most beautiful because we got the power to reason and think. A rose blooms and its last day is known. We know what will happen. I am born reversed as an ugly duckling, but I became Miss Turkey, Pride of India. So, and the thing is, what you think, you see in other people, okay? So you wake up in the morning and your mood is down. You walk outside, you say, you think you are ugly. You go to the grocery shop. The guy at that moment busy, you say, you see, he didn't respect me. It's not about you, it's his day. But you are thinking that, so you are hearing that. So I always offer my clients 3 simple steps. It is 5 minutes per day. So the first 3 minutes is in the morning. The first moment you step out of the bed, take a deep breath, gratitude, because you got it. Secondly, go in front of the mirror, wash your face, and then after all the process, say a good word to yourself. Say something you want to hear. Don't wait Dr. Dalton to say it. Don't wait Dr. Vijay or Mrs. Ramya to say it. Say it to yourself. Hear it. Let the first one be. And then Third thing is with your beauty, pray. Pray whatever you believe. Give a moment to give back what you are given, who gave you the breath. Say and praise for something. And with this dose, every hour or every, let's say 6 hours, make an SOS moment for 1 minute. Stop, observe, and switch. Daily basis change. Stop it. Just take a deep breath because you need it. You are a machine also. It's working. Stop and then observe. So what I'm doing here, do I want to continue? Should I have a coffee? No. Then switch. You can restart, make a call, take a coffee. You can use your time yourself. Don't expect others to rescue you because they also got other things to do. You are your own power and find the reason, radiate the love you are loaded with. So that's what I say to people. This is what Mahatma Gandhi saw. When he saw the person with the plain clothes, he didn't see someone to mercy. He didn't give him money. He became him because he wanted to rise with them. He was already high. He didn't come down. Come to the same level, being selfless, losing himself in the service of the community. This is how I see. And that non-violence, non-giving up movement made India, free India, independent, and India and Mahatma Gandhi has been always not only for me as a simple person, but like Martin Luther King, Barack Obama, and many other leaders also have referred to him. Not about his clothes, but about how he made people feel. Okay. You have nothing, but you have everything. Like, because Mahatma Gandhi and my original country, Turkey, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, they have got so much in common. They all referred to peace. They didn't refer to violence, but when it came to protect yourself, it is of course must. But like we say also in Turkey, peace at home, in self, peace in the world. Make peace with yourself. If you love yourself, if you don't seek love, you give love because you have more than enough.
Amazing.
Wow,
Amazing. I'm telling you, you have created a Turkish philosophy, Turkish psychology. All this while we were thinking Greeks were brilliant. I think Turkish people are even more brilliant than the Greeks, I believe.
You know what you were talking about, no one can hurt me without my permission. That is
Yes.
such a phenomenal thing that Gandhiji told. Like it is also about attachment without detachment. You know, you practice attachment without detachment to the family, because you cannot detach yourself when it comes to family, but when it comes to workplace, you have to practice attachment with the detachment. So this was all we learned in accelerated business school, like what you were telling about SOS, stop, observe, switch. We were actually taught about notice, generate, release. Notice, generate, release. So this is what our gurus used to tell us. Like you have to notice, stop and notice what is happening. If it is not happening properly, you have to observe and take corrections without invalidations. Don't validate yourself all the time. So correction without invalidation, and give 100% cooperation to your team, because all of us are not strong as, one of us are not as strong as all of us. So freedom for all and all for freedom. And most importantly, release. Because what I realized is, you say a concept and your team can do much better than what you thought of. Today we wanted a tidbit video from my 10-year-old daughter. like I just gave the concept to Ramya and Nadia, and I told them that I want a video where she talks about the books she's reading right now. Love Can Bring Peace and Happiness. So they asked me what should be the content. I told, just tell the child to do what she wants to do, how she wants to do. So they've created a video which is phenomenal. I was awestruck, delighted how your team can transform your thoughts into action. So we should be able to have a proper thought process. We should guide our team, and most importantly, delegate. Most of us hold things to ourselves so closely, our knowledge. We don't want to, give it off, or we don't want to share, or we don't want to, decentralize. So then what happens? It is very difficult. But the moment we start, stepping and becoming proactive of sharing, we can do loads and loads of good things. So today, exactly. Asli added so much of value to us. Ramya, do you have any question for ma'am? Because we have another 8 minutes left.
Doctor, one observation.
Yeah.
What Madam Asli said is, don't do self-victimization. People can victimize you, but never accept others. You can take criticism, but not abuse. You can take criticism as a healthy thing. But today's presentation by Madam Asli is amazing. Whatever I studied in the international college went to drains. I'm telling you. She is a natural person, and her name has originality. Asli means original and real. Muzaffar means victory. Thank you so much.
This is actually phenomenal, because she is giving so much of value and adding so much of value to the content. See, the essence and distinction what I got today is, you have to value yourself. Unless you value yourself, people are not going to value you, because it's completely your reflection, your thoughts of reflection of what you are. Your habits are the one which shapes you. So you have high, high thoughts about yourself, so that people can pick it up from there and reflect the same thoughts on you. So let us be very careful about what we think, what we feel, and what we do, because all that matters in the universe. You are putting a dent in the universe by saying this is what I like. So it is not about positive thoughts, it's not about negative thoughts, but having the right thoughts for right people. I would say, become so busy, and live your life in tight packed compartments that you have no time for negative thoughts, because average people talk about people. Top leaders talk about ideas, entrepreneurship. She is a serial entrepreneur. We talk about investments. We talk about putting a dent in the society. We talk about philanthropy. We talk about adding values. We talk about performance. We talk about hierarchy. We talk about how we can create irrevocable asset of knowledge. So I think this is a very phenomenal work what we are doing, and it is adding value on daily basis, and Asli is a superstar. So may I ask my dear intern Ramya if she has any questions for us? And after that, we will propose vote of thanks.
Ma'am, first of all, I want to say that I never had an idea I would be attending this session. It is like a universal calling for me. I got a message from ma'am saying that, there is a person who's going to speak. Would you like to attend? And I said, yes. And I am so privileged right now. I don't know, I'm not able to process, because this is what I was wanting to hear from somebody about, thoughts, frequencies. It was a lot of spiritual knowledge that, nobody would give us. It is not there in the textbook, or like, this is something a person who practices and let us know, like, how on a whole we should practice it. So right now I feel so privileged that I am in the session and I'm listening to all of these. I would also want to say that there was a lot of peace that I could actually get from you. I was like, there was an energy of peace while you were talking to us. And that's it I wanted to say. It was like so mesmerizing, and I'm just like struck. I'm taking a time to process like what ma'am was trying to say. But like, this is one small question that I wanted to ask. Like, since we are all, in a busy world, and everybody wants to upgrade, everybody wants to transform, but there's a lot of hits and heights that we come through. Like, I don't know how to put this forth, but there's a lot of like, during the transformation, there's like a lot of endurance, I would say. Like, how to go through that process? That's what I wanted to ask.
In this one, I would about the process and patience. First of all, there is one wonderful, wonderful saying, and then I'm going to also say one thing that I love about Gandhiji also, because first of all, we, like you say, we are not alone. Okay, when I say all the time concentrate on you, I am not saying become a sociopath. Okay, so we are in a world, you need to adjust to it. And the only thing that you need to understand is you never should lose your faith in humanity. Okay, because humanity is like the ocean. Okay, and the ocean doesn't get dirty by a couple of dirty drops. Okay, so you need to understand, and especially when you are in a process of, you know, finding the right job or finding the better life, first you need to want it yourself. You need to truly want it. You need to say, you don't say, I want a job. I want a job where they give me big table with a Apple computer or all these things. And I wanted to see, let's say, if there's a certain view. If you say it like this is not wishing. This is officially tricking your brain, because your brain, interesting, it doesn't know what is real, what is not real. So if you think something like it happened, your faith will change, because your brain will say, just a minute, this happened when? I cannot find it. Like, for example, I can tell it, sometimes we go somewhere and then we don't fall, but we were about to fall. And if we leave it, I was about to fall down. If I fell down, I will break my, if we talk like this, we truly feel it. We feel it like we have fallen, because brain doesn't know if it happens. So it puts you in an Olympic situation. And be brave. Be brave in your selections. Try, you know. And what is happiness? Happiness is not about always being successful. Sometimes it is being unsuccessful because the next day something else nicer happens. So you need to change your perception a little bit. And you need to know that when the caterpillar thought that he died, he became the butterfly. So
Transformation.
You need to know. Yeah, when you think it's over, maybe it's just the beginning. And literally, sometimes some clients come to me and they say that they did everything in their marriage, or they got the ideal husband or wife, but why? He was engineer, he was this, that. But it was what the community wanted. It was not what you wanted. That's why it didn't go. If you follow what others say to you, okay, you can't. But you have to know that your future depends on what you do today. Like again, what Gandhiji says. And
Awesome.
you have the very next moment to change. I mean, you have got very next moment to change. You can say, and believe me, the no is sometimes more effective to yourself if you are going to give up on yourself by saying yes to others.
Oh my God, the amount of value Asli, Muzaffar, Rampal is adding into our lives. Super grateful to the universe. You know what? I had gifted the 1008 quotes book into this ladies in business team. And Muzaffar, Asli, Rampal used to post one of the quotes and talk about it. All the other ladies used to get inspired. You know, like the quote number 33, she was talking about hope. how hope can transform everything. You know, you should have faith, trust, and love, but with hope, anything is possible. So I was so glad that hope is a very important word in my life, because we come from a very, very grassroots levels. And when I was talking about university concept, digital education, Lima agreement, license, online mass open education courses, mock, which we are talking in 2013 when WhatsApp and Facebook were not this famous, or we didn't have Android phone or internet this powerful, thanks to Geo Reliance. It was a concept then, but it is a phenomenon now. So we are pioneers in this, and I'm so glad like people like Asli make our lives really beautiful. So thank you so much, Asli, for being there and promoting each other. I think women should have each other's back. We can do phenomenal work. Instead of we competing with each other, we should compete with ourselves to be better than what we were yesterday, because we want to become the best versions of ourselves. That is when we can conquer the world. So when there is so much of divide and rule policy in this world, how are we adding values to each other's life and appreciating each of our uniqueness? Because none of our tongue print and palm print match with anybody in this world. In such a big, zillion earth, nobody's palm print and tongue prints match. That means what? We are so unique and so very powerfully different from each other. But God has made us for a purpose. Like what Asli said, it is so very purposeful that we are in this planet. We are for a reason. We have to find out that reason, work for the purpose, monetize that purpose, and live our life with the intention of doing good to the society. So here
Exactly.
we are, in the flag end of the program, and I leave it to Asli to give her, final message of what she thinks about this program and what message she has got for the world. So over to you, Asli.
First of all, I would like to say that it was my unforgettable pleasure, and I will forever cherish this privilege to be able to show my admiration to our father Gandhiji, and of course to be able to return the power that he placed in my heart, because the path that you are walking through is the path, so-called the destiny. And there are, of course, ups and downs in life. Even I was saying, once you have got thorns that hurt your feet, that means you are in the rose garden. So you shouldn't complain, you chose that way. But the final point, you should know that we are all destined for the best of ourselves. We are to bloom. And I am so thankful, like you said, because we as women, we can also call it as feminine power. We are here to nurture, transform, and to give. So that's why we call it woman empowerment, because women power is all about giving and all about receiving. That's why even the illnesses of women are about, this throat, about the breasts, as we are talking about Pinktober and sacral, because these are the parts we give and receive. If we cannot receive as well, we cannot give back to the nation, to the community. We as women, we feel we are broken. We say we didn't do our reason to be, we didn't fulfill our meaning. So, but what is important is to be controlling the energy you have, use it proper, use it for the good. You have got the choice to be good, better, best. Follow the light, be the sun, and follow the sun, because if you only look to the sun, you cannot see the shadows because they are behind. And without action, we are not going anywhere. So we have to have a start.
I think Gandhi said, do or die.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, it is all about action, not about reaction. People will forget your efforts, but they will never forget your results. I actually fell in love with what you have written, Asli, in your biography. You have written like people will forget how you treated them or what you told them, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Feelings are so very
Exactly.
important. So today, I think you spoke from your heart and you gave the 100% of yourself. We are so very pleased and glad and moved. So I always dedicate my high five statement to the speaker of the day. So my high five statement is based on Ho'oponopono prayer, which my guru, my mentor, my inspirational angel, DC Korodova. She is named DC Korodova. She is from San Diego, USA. She runs the Accelerated Business School, Money and You, and we are, me and my whole team are part of Money and You. We serve in logistics, we serve in review. We are all Money and You graduates because we believe money, the more you, circulate, the more comes back to you. The more you accumulate, your money is like, lying and it has of no use. So we always consciously say origato, that is thank you for money which comes into our life, money which goes out of our life. And we thank the place, thank the person, thank the, coffee we drink, we thank the transport person, name, place, animal, thing, whatever it is, we live our life with gratitude. Because we believe in the secret that gratitude brings more into your life and ungratefulness takes away whatever you have. So gratitude is way of life, and I'm so very pleased and thankful for you being in my life. So this my dedication to you, my high five Ho'oponopono statement. Sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you, and God bless you. And for tomorrow's program, what our dear sister Shola is doing, I have my support to her for this, breast cancer awareness program. We are also doing breast cancer awareness program on October 23rd, this being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So 23rd, we are doing awards and appreciation, and we are calling people from Karnataka Cancer Society to talk about breast cancer, how it can impact a women's life, and how early identification can serve as a boon and save her life and save her loved one's life. Because it is not only us, we have a family, and the transactions what we do impacts people with knowingly or unknowingly. Our children get influenced by us, our parents get influenced, our spouse get influenced. So we being healthy, wealthy and happy matters to the family, and you are important. If you are healthy, wealthy, happy, that is the vibration you can give. We can give only what we have. So thanks for giving this clarity to us today. We are so clear that we should have, high voltage thoughts about ourselves. We should be very, very powerfully believe in the almighty universe. We should have a highest level of self-confidence. I'm actually paraphrasing what I learned from you today. We should set goals, that is short-term, mid-term and long-term goals, so that we have a purpose and intention in life. And we should speak our mind, be softer and clearer in our emotions, because the more we clear we are with God, with ourselves and the universe can give you clearly what you want, because universe expects from you that what you want. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then the last one is be humble. SOS, that is the superstar of today. Yeah, stop, observe and switch. So that's amazing, Asli. You added so much of value into our lives, and I'm eternally grateful to you. And over to you if you have to say anything.
Thank you so much. Just I wanted to say one thing.
Yes.
We need to know one simple formula. Everything is first a thought, then a habit, then a symptom. So when you go to a doctor, it is already a late stage because it's already a symptom. You have already shown. It is that you didn't listen to your body. You wanted, for example, you wanted so much to be heard. You said, nobody is listening to me, nobody understands me. And then you have created a habit of not being listened or anger. You have destroyed your thyroids. And when you went with the symptoms, doctor says to you, you're the thyroidist. But why you had it is all in a hidden box right here where only you have the access. And easy, if you hit me in the eye with your hands, yeah, and then I go to doctor with a purple eye, and the doctor gives me medicine, I am healed. But if I hit myself inside to my eye, I see blurry because I felt there is something injustice I didn't want to see. So that's why I got the symptom of seeing blurry or some kind of infection in the eye. Doctor would only give me a placebo effect medicine, but till I remove the reason I think it is injustice, it will continue coming back. So we need to understand preventional treatment. Clean your thought. Why you think it, remove it. Clean thoughts, good habits, make complimenting a habit. Start complimenting others. Every day when you send a nice message to your friend, to choose it, you read it first. So it's in your mind. The person reads it, it comes back to you as a vibration. You can live the life you want, just knowing what you want. And about breast cancer has got very special thing in our family because my mother, who was all her life eating very healthy, never ketchup, never cigarette, but at a certain age, 40s, she had breast cancer. At that time, we were so new to breast cancer, we were shocked because all the family was shocked, we were so down. And then she said, just a minute, I am going to change myself. She was a very silent woman, always trying to please others. And after that, she became a very different queen. 7 times she won the battle. She's the most powerful woman I know. And all the time she says one thing. She says, I want to be healthy. No battle, no rebel. So we have to fight the wars and win it. And breast cancer is not a fate. It's just an exam.
Hello, doctor. Ramya, are you there?
I'm sorry, I lost the connection, Dawson.
I want to thank you and my prayers to you.
Thank
you are
you,
valuable. You are loved. And I am so happy and I am so Shakti being here. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. We love you. We will send the edition to you. I think this is one of the most beautiful edition we have. God bless you, Asli. Love you all. Have a good time.
Feel free to communicate with me.
Yes,
Also, Miss Ramya.
here it is Navaratri in India. It is holiday time. We pray to Durga for all the goodness and wellness in your life. God bless you all. Thank you.
God bless you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
God bless you.